I love the gong. High vibes.
Good morning, Amani.
Good morning.
So good to see you all today. Thank you for joining us at the Amani Center. Thank you to those of you who are joining us online as well. We are going to start our service, as always, with our opening song, and we have the wonderful Deb Smith back today to lead us through that. So welcome, Deb.
Thank you. Kai and friends all gathered round. There's something I would say. What brings us together here has blessed us all today. Love has made a circle that holds us all inside, where strangers are as family and loneliness can't hide. You must give yourself to love. If love is what you're after, open up your hearts to the tears and the laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. I've walked these mountains in the rain. I've learned to love the wind, and I've been up before the sunrise to watch the day begin. I always knew that I'd find you, but I never did know how. Like sunshine on a cloudy day, you stand before me now, and you must give yourself to love. If love is what you're after, open up your hearts to the tears and the laughter and give yourselves to love. Give yourselves to love. You know that love is born in fire. It's planted like a seed. Love can't give you everything, but it gives you what you need. Love comes when you're ready, and love comes when you're afraid. It'll be your greatest teacher, the best friend you have made. So won't you give yourself to love? If love is what you're after, open up your hearts to the tears and the laughter and give yourselves to love. Give yourselves to love. Give yourselves to love. Give yourselves to love.
What a beautiful message for us to start our service today. All right, so who is taking the kids today? Monica is. All right, you guys, Monica's back there to take you for your fun time. We can't wait to see what you do today and hear about it. So have a wonderful time, and we'll see you in a little bit. All right. So the next thing we like to do to open our service is to read our vision statement together. So let's do that right now out loud. We are lighting the path to
to
peace
peace
together.
together.
And so that's our vision here at the Amani Center. That's why we show up every Sunday. That's why we do the classes, why we have our treatment available, workshops, all the things that we do are part of this greater vision of lighting that path to peace, and we do it together in collaboration, knowing that that's where our real power is in our connection and our oneness with each other and with Spirit. So thank you for showing up to be part of that. A little bit about the Amani Center. We are an open and inclusive spiritual community, knowing that there are many paths to the divine, to Spirit, to God, to the universe, whatever word you use. We know everyone's on their own path, and so we're here to support you on that path. We're here to walk it with you, sometimes to give you a hand when you need it, to receive a hand from you when we need it, to show up together, walking this path and just doing our best, showing up as our best selves. We're a place where you can learn and grow and be. So learning through the classes, through the workshops, through the Sunday talks. There's lots of opportunities to up-level yourself, classes during the week, ways to transform your life and to raise your consciousness to a higher level. And then also sometimes you just need a safe and welcoming space where you can show up and fill your cup, and we are always available for that as well. If that's where you are, well, let me get this out first. Do we have anyone here for the first time? Great. We have a little gift for you, and we're going to just bring that over. It gives you a little information about the Amani Center. Thank you for joining us. One more up here. Right there. Will you raise your hand just for a second so that she can see you? Yes, thank you. Anyone else? Thank you. It's so nice to have new folk here. If you have any questions, please see me or one of our practitioners or ministers afterwards. We love to answer your questions. So what I was going to say is if you're in that place where you're really needing to fill your cup, or if you're in a place where there's something heavy on your heart that you are dealing with, we have our Circle of Light that's here to serve you, to show up for you, to do treatment or affirmative prayer with you. So with the members of the Circle of Light, raise your hand so you can see who you can reach out to. We've got several folks here today. So if there is something heavy on your heart or something you want to manifest, something wonderful you want to bring in, see one of us after service. We would love to sit down with you. If that is our gift to you, but it's also our gift to ourselves, so we love to do it. And it can really bring some miracles into your life. So please see one of us if that is for you today. All right, I'm going to go through the announcements and tell you a little bit about what's going on. I didn't know until yesterday afternoon if it was going to be Reverend Georgia or Lucian, and Reverend Georgia was not able to make it. So Lucian is going to drive down from Tahoe next week. He's on with his family, but he said he's happy to do it. Yeah, so he will be here. He'll still have a long drive. He'll just be coming from a different direction. But we missed him last month, so I am glad that he's coming. And then the rest of the month, we have Reverend Pixie DeFore on the 8th, Reverend Mitch Austin on the 15th, and then Reverend Sherry Wynn will be back on the 22nd. So that's September. The theme is abundant blessings, and this is certainly a wonderful place to realize those. We have been talking about our board and how it's time for a new board. Used to be we would kind of bring board members in and out one at a time, but a few years ago we started changing out the whole board at once. It turns out that's kind of a good energy. It lets a whole new board come in and really be able to step up as their divine self and not feel like they're the new guy or whatever. So there is a lot of support from the last board when you do step into those positions. So don't be hesitant about that. But if that's for you, or you're thinking it might be for you, then maybe see me or one of the other board members or practitioners and have a discussion about it. We are doing, I don't know if we have a slide for it. I don't think we do. We're doing a board social not next Sunday, the Sunday after. I think it's the 9th. So anyone who's kind of thinking about it, show up after service for that board social and then just find out a little bit more about it, have a chance to talk with the current board members, maybe some past board members, find out if this could be for you, and also find out all the ways that it will bless you if you do decide to do this, because that is the absolute truth. Drum Circle's coming up. It will be on the 13th of September, so that is a week from this coming Friday. It's always the second Friday of the month. That's a wonderful chance to get together and beat drums together, shake shakers, make a wonderful noise in a group with Bongo Bob Morgan leading us. It's always so much fun. Lots of people show up for that, and it's really a great Friday evening, so I hope you'll join us. Potato Fest fundraiser is coming up. Get baked at Amani. So we are going to be baking potatoes. We're going to have all the fixings. It's going to be really a fun fundraiser where you come out, get some food. We'll have some fun things going on, games, raffle. Ideas are still brewing for that. So that is September 14th, so save that date, Saturday, September 14th. And then we are combining our full moon gathering and our equinox for September because they're just a few days apart. So we'll be September 19th at 6:30. So we'll be doing that full change of season ritual as well as the full moon ritual, and that's really a special event to be part of. So join us for that. That is just a love offering. Teen play date for September will be the 20th at 6:30. If you know teens or people with teens, let them know to be there. They always have a fantastic time. And we have a wonderful workshop coming up with our own Jamie Keenan, and she's going to come and talk to you a little bit about that.
Noticing all my slides are missing little things. It's $30, not $3. So I just bought some chakra singing bowls, and I have been using them on myself to ground myself, to go through different chakras, to release things, and it is so powerful. So I wanted to put a workshop together where the first hour we go through every single chakra and we just get in tune with that. I'm gonna teach you what they're all about and the colors and why they're important to just spend time kind of going in there and releasing things that don't serve us anymore. So the first hour we're gonna be going through each chakra, and then the second hour I'm just gonna have you lay down and do a nice little singing bowl bath, where you just lay there and you just release, and I'll just do all the bowls. With this, you really want to bring something that's very comfortable to lay on because you're going to be laying for a little while. Bring a journal and just bring some comfortable clothes, and let me know if you have any questions.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for that. We have some rugs that we can roll out here too, but also bring whatever you're going to bring, even like a yoga mat or thick comfort or something like that. It's going to be really an amazing experience. All right, so I know it's only August, but the annual craft fair will be coming on December 7th. And so Kathy wants to let you know that that's a save the date thing. She's got 20 vendors that are coming already, and Santa will be there. Actually, it's supposed to be Santa. 12 to 2. So that is always awesome. Bring kids. Tell other people in the neighborhood. This is an opportunity where we get some neighbors to come in and bring their kids, and it's super fun. Plus, it's just a great event. There's really great opportunities to buy special gifts for Christmas. We have a festive environment. We have caroling going on. We have music. It really is great. And we usually will have some food. Hopefully she'll be able to get one of the food trucks again, because that's always fun to be able to come have lunch, shop, sing a little, see Santa, and just make a day of it. So, oh, there's the A. It's down under gift wrapping. That's not Jamie's fault. There's a weird thing that happens from when you save it to where it goes into PowerPoint, and that's where we get that weird stuff. So, all right. So that's it for our announcements. Now, if you could silence your phone if you haven't already, and I'm going to bring Reverend Cherry up to bless this service. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, Reverend Cherry. I thought of one more thing that I didn't have a slide for. The Pampered Chef fundraiser is still going on through the end of the month, so a few more days. These catalogs are in the back. If you would like a catalog right now, Lynn will bring you one. Raise your hand. These are great products, and 30% of all the proceeds for this are going to go to the Amani Center. So if you would like one, just raise your hand right now. She'll bring it to you. Do you want one, Aaron? No, you were just waving. There's a code that you scan to shop online. So grab one on your way out if you want one, and thank you for supporting the Amani Center. And now we will bless the service.
Okay, so everybody take a deep breath. I'm going to ask you to join your consciousness with me in this blessing. Because the truth is you are a walking blessing on this earth if you choose it and when you choose it. And I think more now than ever, with what's going on in our world, there's a little madness out there, that when we come together collectively and we intend something that is good for everyone, that we are doing the work of the divine or that spark within us that we all carry. And so join me in this blessing, knowing we start with ourselves. We bless ourselves for being here. We bless one another for coming here today. We bless all our friends and family and loved ones that aren't here. We bless all the ones that are. We extend a blessing to the Amani Center and every person that has walked in the door before and in the future. We send a blessing out to this community, to this country, to all human beings everywhere. We know this blessing fills every place and every spot, bringing to whatever is in need love and peace and light and well-being. We see the whole of the world and the vast universe in this play in consciousness of divine evolution. And we together know, remember, and declare peace, love, and light prevail. And so this blessing goes everywhere at once. And we are grateful for it. And so it is.
So it is.
Okay, now we're going to bring up our practitioner, Jamie, and she'll do the affirmation.
So our wonderful affirmation is brought to us by our beautiful, wonderful Reverend Sherry Wynn. So we're going to say it 3 times together. The first time we're going to say it with excitement. The second time we're going to say it in a whisper. And the third time, please join me mentally. Let us begin. I am filled with an infinite life that lives through me, and it is my joy to share what is mine to give selflessly. I am filled with an infinite life that lives through me, and it is my joy to share what is mine to give selflessly. I am filled with an infinite life that lives through me, and it is my joy to share what is mine to give selflessly. And together we say, and so it is. And now for our wonderful dab.
And as always, if you're familiar with any of these songs, I would love it if you would sing along. May I be filled, may you be filled, may we be filled with love. May I be filled, may you be filled, may we be filled with love. May I be kind, may you be kind, may we be kind to all. May I be kind, may you be kind, may we be kind to all. May I be safe, may you be safe, may we be safe from harm. May I be safe, may you be safe, may we be safe from harm. be well. May you be well. May we be well and whole. May I be well. May you be well. May we be well and whole. May I be filled. May you be filled. May we be filled with love. May I be filled. May you be filled. May we be filled with love. May happiness, may happiness, may happiness be ours. May happiness, may happiness, may happiness be ours. May happiness be ours. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It is now time for our wonderful, peaceful meditation. So if you could please take anything off your laps, let your feet get centered on the ground. If it's comfortable for you, go ahead and close your eyes and allow your shoulders to drop. And as we take a nice deep breath in, feel the presence of the love in this room. Feel it filling your body with joy, with peace, with happiness. And I'd like you to remember a time in your life when you felt complete joy, complete happiness. Bring that memory up in your mind's eye. And with every breath, let that feeling of security, of peace, of love, just go through your entire body from the tip of your head all the way down to your toes. And allow that love, that peace, that joy, that happiness to go into the earth and spread out to the universe. Enjoy your meditation. Now staying in the same beautiful space of energy, I'd like you to bring to mind anyone who might need healing, including yourself. And take this same feeling of happiness and joy and peace and put a beautiful blanket around the situation, knowing that this situation is supported, it is loved, and all is well. And together we say, And so it
So
is.
it is.
And now another song from Deb.
Come away with me in the night. Come away with me and I will write you a song. Come away with me on a bus. Come away where they can't tempt us with their lies. I want to walk with you on a cloudy day in fields where the yellow grass grows knee-high. So won't you try to come away with me, and we'll kiss on a mountaintop. Come away with me and I'll never stop loving you. And I want to wake up with the rain falling on a tin roof while I'm safe there in your arms. So all I ask is to come away with me in the night. Come away and I will write you a song. Come away with me in the night. Come away with me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was the old one. So I'm looking around at you today, and I'm feeling blessed by you that you decided to come out here today. I'd like us to take a moment and imagine that every space, every corner, every seat is filled with somebody special, even if you don't see them. You can bring the light beings in. You can bring your beings from the other side in. We can just fill it up. Fill it up with all the people that have brought you goodness, that have shared with you their kindness and their love, and contribute to you a sense of well-being and goodness. So today's message is happy, happy, joy, joy. And quite frankly, I got this message when I was anything but. I was nowhere near happy, happy, joy, joy, and I was struggling, and I was feeling tender, and I was feeling confused, and I wasn't quite sure how to get back in my skin suit in a way that felt powerful and anchored into the divine light in me. And often I am given a message that I have to work through. Because I can't share with you what's not real for me. I could give you a book report, and I could do a lot of quotes, and I could weave together a lot of different things because I've been a teacher in a lot of classes and all that. But at this particular time in my life, I feel it's most important for me to be authentic and real. And today, I'm a little tender. I feel like the edges are a little thin. That I'm feeling things in a lot of different ways. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Some days I feel really powerful and anchored in, and I could go there, but I wanted to be honest with you today. I wanted to be honest with you because I feel like what's most important for all of us right now is to be tender and kind to ourselves. Because if we're not able to do that, if we're not able to forgive what seems unforgivable in our own self, we won't survive this next step in evolution. Because when the light comes upon us and in us, it brings up stuff through us that has been put back behind us or somewhere. And so I was listening to some podcasts this week, and one of the podcasts were talking about this high energy vibration coming from some other galactic beings that have entered the planet. And I know that's true. I feel them. I see them sometimes. I don't understand sometimes, but I know they're around. I know this little speck called the Earth is not the only one. And I feel like we're on an adventure to open up to greater awareness of what is around us. And she was talking about when this energy comes in, it's like it's time for us to let go of the lies. The lies we've told one another, the lies that are being told to us, and to let it go. And so I sat for a moment or a number of days allowing all those things that I thought I had let go of in my own consciousness. You know, being a human being with no instructions. When you get here, there's no instructions. And we just kind of bumble through life doing the best we can. And I made a lot of mistakes. And one of the things I did as a young person, because I wanted to be so loved, and I was so afraid of being rejected, that I embellished and sometimes lied about what was really going on. And then when I woke up, rather than forgiving myself for that, I just sort of put it away. And I found that there was a lot of putting away of different things. And also, coming from the background that I came from, I had a real high mark that I wanted to reach. I wanted to reach the divine. And it was almost like I was on a ladder, but at the very top rung, I could never quite reach it. Because in my culture, you had to be perfect, unblemished. I read a lot of stories about avatars and mystics. And I wanted to have the experiences they had, but I was never quite there. And so I put in my way that belief that I'm not enough. And we all carry it. And so in these coming times, as what is the debris in our own awareness that comes up, if we're feeling pain in our own vehicles, if we're suffering, if something is happening in the outside world and we're not neutral to it, and we get tied up in it, it's telling us there's something in us that's maybe a little sticky. And so it's our job to call upon the divine in us to love ourselves a little better, to be kind a little better, to be more compassionate and forgiving. Because as we do this, as we let go of all of that was the old story, the old message, the old way of being, what happens? if we on the other side have been praying for years for love and peace and life and wisdom and joy, when that's out of the way, guess what? Fills up that space. All of that. And we need it now. We need the strength and the fortitude and the willingness to listen and hear and see as the world is rumbling. So I want you to take a moment now, and I want you to get up and love each other a bit and say thank you for being here. Go ahead, do that.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for coming and bringing your voice.
Pleasure's mine.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing your spirit and your knowledge and wisdom and joy.
We're going to get it. We're going to get it. Thank you.
Thank you. I should get up, but thank you for
you're
being
here.
here.
Thank you for
Thank you. Thank you for sharing with me. Yeah, I love it.
Love you.
Thank you for being here too. This is a highlight for me. Thank you so much. Mwah.
Okie dokie. And those that are online and listening in some future time, don't forget to thank the people that are in your life for being in your life. And it's always a good time to thank yourself for being here. Thank yourself. Pat yourself on the chest.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for bringing your talents and your treasures, your foibles, your mistakes, all of it. It's all good. Okay, so I've been listening, always listen to Deepak Chopra. I love Deepak Chopra and a few others, but right now I've been listening to Deepak Chopra, and he says, imagine a vast reservoir that you want to tap into whenever you want to think, speak, or do anything. Your role is to live as close to the source as you can, because it is the womb of creation where the power of the feminine is strongest. So we're being called now to explore the feminine nature in us, because it was buried for a long time. But it is the source of creation. The Mother Earth is our mother. She is a source of energy. We are made from her. We are a part of her. We don't just walk around on her. We are a part of her. And so everything that she goes through, we go through. So we can go outside and be witness to what is beautiful and what is lovely. And in a very simple way, we can find that joy. That's a way to be connected to our source. Now, Chopra also goes on to talk about this idea of the creative process. So we know, we've talked about it Thoughts are things, they manifest. But don't we wonder sometimes why, when we're asking what we're asking for, it may not show up so quickly? And so then our mind will get involved and it'll take apart what we're asking, or it'll do stuff. That's why I said to you in the beginning, go through the process of letting go. Go through the process of forgiving. Go through the process of not letting the things in your past that you were ashamed or guilty about be stuck in your consciousness. Bring them to your awareness and forgive the circumstance, the situation, and yourself, and let it go. And if you need help letting it go, then ask a friend to help you to pray it gone. Or you ask the divine or the creator or whatever source you do to help you do that. And then you continue to make space in your own awareness, in your own psyche for what it is you want to have more of. And at this time in our life, we don't need more stuff. We all got plenty of stuff. Any kind of stuff that we need is going to show up. There may be some that need more stuff. But what's more important is to call on the quality of consciousness that you wish to imbibe, to be a part of. So maybe that's joy. Maybe that's joy. Always wondered, where is my joy? I knew people that were just joyful out of the box. And I'm like, I knew that joy in some ways, but it was a little bit more subtle. And I'm like, I want some of that. I want some happiness. And that's why I shared with you in the beginning this idea of what happened to me personally, how I got stuck out of joy, was a belief in having to be perfect in order to get joy, to get love, to get enlightenment, to get peace, to get life. That's an erroneous thought. That's an erroneous belief, and we've been fed that from a lot of different places, that we reject ourselves because we are not being what we think we need to be. And we need to stop rejecting ourselves. We need to include all the things that maybe aren't particularly wonderful, and include that idea of that we can connect to our source, that it is available to us. And the way that we find it is to find what brings us happiness and joy. And this month, our message is, where is it? The joy of sacred service. I found early in my life, the nature of me was I wanted to be a helper. I was an older sister, loved my sisters. We had animals. I liked helping. I liked being there. If someone was sick or was having problems, it was just natural for me to want to do that. So that was something that was in my nature. My middle sister was more of a watcher and an observer. So she would watch and observe, and then she'd choose what she would do. My younger sister was just full of mischief and life and good fun, and she was just out there doing all kinds of things and enjoying things and being. So all of us have different ways of being in our own life. And when we find what is suitable for us, we nurture that. We nurture that. And so selfless service was something that was also, it was easy for me. At some point, I became a healer. I practiced all kinds of different modalities, Traeger, polarity therapy. I was a channel, a medium. I did mentastics, all kinds of different massage and stuff like that. And then I got my practitioner's license. And then I had a wonderful man come into my life, Dr. Angelo Pizzello. He was the leader in the spiritual metaphysical movement, and he asked me to teach classes for his church, which was in Oakhurst, and I lived in Fresno, which would be about what Placerville is to Fresno, or if Placerville is to Sacramento. So I said yes, and I'd go from Fresno, where I lived, up to Oakhurst, and I'd teach classes. Now, mind you, when he asked me to teach classes, I had never taught anything. I had no formal education beyond high school and some of the other modalities that I picked up along the way. But I said yes to him because the inner voice in me said, do it. And so that started my journey a very, very long time ago. And I had to learn how to do things I had never done, get in front of people and talk, teach things that I knew something about. But, you know, in teaching things, you learn more about what you need to learn about. So that journey took me into a curiosity about how do I get connected? How do I stay connected? Because I began to understand that the shortest distance between me and the solution to the problem was in that connection. Now, Chopra talks about the easiest way to demonstrate or bring things into your life is to be as close to the source as possible. And he says, like many teachers say, that meditation is the best way. And I've said it over and over, and I still have to challenge myself some days to sit down and get quiet. Because when I sit down, sometimes I'm not getting exactly what I want to get. I might get just my body's tired, or my body's busy, or my mind's going here or there. But I notice that the more and the more that I do this, that my outside world has begun to shift, and it is more of what I prefer. Meditation for me has been my life raft. It's been the way that I can find my way to the divine in me. And I encourage everybody to do it. I get a lot of pushback about meditation. Don't have time, don't know how to do it. It's not interesting, it doesn't give me what I want. And yet, I know that this message of how to get still within myself is the message that all of us need to hear. Because if you're looking outside yourself for your answers, they could be 1,000,001 things. And if you're looking for an answer for you, the best way is for that which created you. It has the most effective tools. It knows the whole universal picture of things. It knows what it is that's your best for your highest evolutionary state of consciousness. It will help you in troubled times. It will bring to you friends when you need friends. It pays your bills. It markets for you. Takes care of your insurance, all of it. It has the way and means to be the provider of everything that you feel as a human being and a soul you need in order to be here. And so you need to be about the business of creating a relationship with it. And finding it, I know I'm saying this, it's like I feel like I'm a broken record. It's yours to find. But here's the cool thing. It'll show up for you just perfectly designed for you. And it's so much fun when that happens, because it lets go of all of those things about feeling like you're not enough and you're not important, when what it is you're connected to reveals to you what it is that's yours to have. It's the most incredible experience. It feels so good. And when we're in that place of feeling so good and so connected, am I the only one, but don't you want to share it? I love to share it. For me, you're all going to look and find what's important to you, what brings you joy. It's all going to be different. But for me, what brings me joy and happiness is intimate contact with other people. I love that. I love when people share their hearts. They share their authenticity. They're real. They're not afraid to be themselves around me. That makes my heart hum. I feel like I'm in my right place now. And when I'm there, I'm my best self. Don't you all know when you're doing what you love to do? My sister's an artist, and I can see her. She says, well, Sherry, I just don't understand that whole spiritual thing with you. You know, I love you, and I know that's true for you, but I watch her and I say, Wendy, you do the same thing. You just walk through the door of your artwork. You get into your creation, and you make beauty, and you do things with making things beautiful around you. That's what you do. And I've watched it with people who do music or who do poetry, parenting, you know, people who are joyful with kids, people that are working with elders. There's, you know, people that work with animals. There's an infinite number of ways in which we get in touch with what makes us happy, what brings us joy. And so that's important to find that, and then don't dismiss it. Don't compare it with somebody else. Don't muddy up your relationship with what brings you happiness. Accept it. If it's puttering in the garage, making things, that was my dad. He loved making things, building things, created things with his hands. He was a genius at it. He was magnificent at it. He made guitars and rebuilt cars and made furniture, and that was his deal. He was just loved to be doing that. So what is it? I'm going to ask you all out loud. Well, let's do this for a second. What time is it? Okay, we're going to take a little journey. Come away with me into yourself. So quietly close your eyes. And just, I love to do this. Lift the corners of your mouth. It just changes the vibration immediately. And I want you to imagine or see or feel or sense or hear. There's a screen in front of you that's blank. And I want you to imagine that within you, you can pull up all the different things in your lifetime, in the present day or in the past, or even in your imagination, that bring you delight and happiness and joy. And just let that happen. And then bring your attention back to the room. Open your eyes. Give yourself permission to play. This is part of play. If you can't pull up images, or they don't come in a way that you'd like, imagine them. Because our imagination is what sets forth the creative reality in our own life. That joyous participation of the, ooh, I'd like it to be this way. Or I'd like it to feel thus and such. Or I'm going to do it this way. See, and as little children, before we got it pounded out of us, before we got into our misshapen shapes, we knew how to do this with no apologies. We just did it. We imagined it and played with it. And that's one of the reasons I like to watch children. I like to see them in that place. And I think, that's still in me. I know I've got an older skin suit, but that imaginative, childlike, impish, mischievous, fun-loving, I could do anything, I can dance, I can sing, I can do anything, it's still in me. The judge hadn't shown up yet. And anybody got a judge and a critic? Okay, let's decide we're going to fire them, okay? We are the boss, okay? Let's fire them now, all right? See that boss, see that critic, see that judge, and just fire him. And say, thank you for very much. You served me very well. I learned everything I need to learn from you, but you're not on my team anymore. And then replace that with who it is you want. I'm having a fairy godmother. I'm having a fairy godmother who, bing, lets me have some things that I like to have and enjoy my life. Doesn't matter what you replace it with. Going to replace it with my avatar. My being of light that shows up in the middle of the night to give me messages. With my ancestors that loved me, with my Nana that tucked me in and I laughed with her. With my friend who I had a conversation with on the phone the other day that reminded me of who I am. You know, you can replace that critic with anyone, any circumstance, any situation which you prefer. So make sure your team members see all these, when I ask you to do that, to fill it up, that's no joke. Just because I can't physically see with my eyes, I don't for a moment believe when my heart is intentionally in the right place, when I ask for help, and there's beings of light and avatars and ancestors, that they will come to my aid because they're not tied down by 3D mortality. They're in the field of the infinite. They're not finite, F-I-N-I-T-E, stuck in one dimension. They have the capacity to be everywhere at every place at once. And when we ask them to show up, they show up. So I've been praying for more sensitivity to that. Maybe the possibility that my eyes could see it, or my ears could hear it, or I'll be in the right place and the right time to get the message that I need that's going to help me to be a more loving, kind, compassionate, and purposeful being for the last days of my life here. And here's another thing I heard this week that I thought was just stupendous. Our ancestors prayed us into being. In other words, the prayers for goodwill and change and what needed to happen right now were done by the people previous to us. They are the ones that made the space for us to show up in. So I want us to be in a prayerful celebration of the ones that are coming after us, the ones that are here for us, so that we seed the next the next evolutionary process of what's going on this planet with all these human beings to have a good place, to bring in what's best for the whole and the goodness of us. And make no mistake, when you pray with intention and power, it's a done deal. And the reason it's a done deal, because when you're in touch with your source, all that you're doing is picking out something that's already there and bringing it into this timeline or another timeline. We don't need to make it. We just need to recognize it and believe that it's here. And that's the most difficult thing for the intellectual mind, because by God it's rational and it needs proof. So that's why I'm giving you all these different ways to have experiences of the numinous mystery, so that you have, and then there's this, And then there's this, so you can show your rational mind, so it'll get out of your way and let you do the business of being yourself. Okay? Does that sound good? I love you all so much. And I appreciate that you let me still come up here and have a conversation with you. Have a lovely day, blessed ones.
And you.
Thank you, Reverend Sherry. Right now it's our joyful time of giving, our time to support the Amani Center. So we have some ways that you can do that virtually if you're watching from home or if you're no longer carrying cash or checks or any of those old-fashioned things. We have a code you can scan for Venmo. There's also a code you can scan for PayPal. They're on these cards that are in the white seat backs. And there's a donate button at the AmaniCenter.org that will take you to make a donation, and then also on our newsletter, which will come around the beginning of each month. And then you can always set up a recurring donation from your bank so that you don't have to think about it, so it just comes out every month. But whatever you do to give and support this center so that we can keep showing up, we just appreciate you so much. We are an independent center, and we can't do it without all of us pulling together. So I'm going to bring up our practitioner of the day, Jamie, and she's going to bless the tithes before they go into the basket, and then we'll pass the baskets and we'll sing another song.
When Reverend Sherry was talking about the fairy godmother, I just thought, bippity boppity boo. So let's all think of the bippity boppity boo right now with abundance, okay? So if you can close your eyes and just realize that there are millions and trillions of stars and galaxies and worlds that we can't even comprehend that are right above us and all around us. And that abundance of infinity comes down into the earth and the grains of sand and the leaves on the tree and the beautiful clouds, and then it goes even deeper into our bodies, into our cells, into our atoms, and it just gets tiny, tiny, tiny until we can't even see it. So this beautiful energy of abundance is all around us and through us and is us. And I see the Amani Center thriving with the abundance of people, the abundance of love, of happiness, of joy, financial security. And I see that same abundance flow through each of our lives in every single area of abundance that we need it in. And I feel that abundance right now with the love that I feel for all of you here as we are one spirit together sharing this. And so I send this out into the universe knowing that it is done. We are it. It is done. And together we say, and so it is. And another beautiful song from Deb.
I'm going to put my donation right there. Anyway, I know you folks know some, at least the chorus of this song, so please sing with me. Love is but a song we sing, fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring and make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing and you may not know why. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together and love one another right now. That's right. Well, some may come and some may go. We will surely pass. When the one who left us here returns for us at last. We are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. So come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together and love one another right now. And if you hear the song I sing, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. So come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together, love one another right now. Whoa, come on, people, now, smile on your brother. Everybody get together and love one another right now. Right now. Right now. Nicely done. Thank you.
Yeah, here's some kids. So come on up, guys. Come up and tell us what you did today.
Good morning, everybody. Come on, Tessa. And show everybody your beautiful picture that you made today. So we're continuing on our theme this month of service and what it means to be of service. And we read a story called Lukumi about a little lamb who gets lost and what happens along the way and all the people that come along to help her get back home. And it's a story about how we help, when we help each other, we're not only helping the person in need, but we also help ourselves by because it makes us feel so good to help, right? Okay, so we made our little posters today, and Sandy's going to give us the affirmation.
I have a giving heart and giving hands.
So next week we're going to kind of finish up on this theme, and we're going to be making bags of toiletries to give out to homeless people. So if anybody wants to bring anything to contribute to that next week, that would be awesome. All right.
Thank you for that, Monica. What kinds of things are you looking for? Like maybe socks and little
Socks, toiletries, like soap, bars of soap, toothbrush, little tube of toothpaste, even cash, anything, candy, something to suck on, whatever.
something to brighten your day, right? That's lovely. I'm glad you guys are doing that. That's going to be fun. All right, you guys, find your people. Thanks for sharing your beautiful pictures. All right, so we're going to sing our closing song. We do not need to stack chairs today. We do have our potluck today, so stay and have some lunch. Enjoy this beautiful weather. And let's all stand and hold hands and sing our closing song together. presence is here. The presence is here. Love and spirit prevail on each face. The presence is here. Amen. The presence is here. And I will meet you in grace. I will meet you in grace.
Give yourself permission to name yourself sacred and holy, and each step is a blessing on this land. So it is.
Divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it